Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Disabled Team, and welcome to the Countdown to Deadline TDT Primitive FPL Countdown to Deadline stream, should I say. How are we doing, Russell?
I'm good, thanks. I was just, you might see me, I'm looking to the side because I have my iPad just here for the comments. So, again, I'm not ignoring you guys, but I was just watching your intro because I remember on the last video you went, oh, I got a new intro. I didn't really catch it. So, yeah, I was just making sure I could see your intro. Everyone coming. Looks good, actually. Yeah, but I'm good. I'm looking forward to seeing or hearing maybe what people are thinking for captains, whether people are going to keep Martinelli. Is Rashford a captain over Haaland? Are people transferring this week, knowing what we've got coming? There's a lot of good questions to ask, so hopefully it'll be a good stream.
Let's drop down the TV and set the timer. It gives people 9 extra minutes. There we go. So that's the timer set and everything's set up. Before we start, I just thought, I don't know if you've seen the breaking news. Christian Atsu, who went missing in Turkey earthquake. Unfortunately, they found him and passed away. Yeah,
I did see that. That was. I thought like a week ago they said that he was alive. I thought it was. I tried whether he was okay.
Yeah, well, it says that it's from the Telegraph. It says Christian Atsu, the former Chelsea and Newcastle winner, has been found dead under the building where he lived in southern Turkey after last week's massive earthquake.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, it's mad. Loads of people dying. So yeah, not good.
Catch up with everyone in what do you call it in chat. Here we go. Good evening,
welcome to TD5 as well. Sorry, I got told pre-stream. Stu said you had your debut, so good to see you on board and on the screen.
Brilliant. Good evening, Amani. Good afternoon. Good morning, Amani. Love God, you got me confused now. TD5 Waste bin, and everybody's saying hello to each other, which is great to see. Good morning, Stu and Russ.
Hello. How are you doing, TD5? Good to see you.
Russell wanted to see himself laughing his head off.
What, today?
Yeah, on introduction screen.
Oh, yeah. No, I've never seen it before, so I was just intrigued with it, yeah.
Yeah, TD5 and hello everyone from you. And TD5 RIP Christine Atsu. Absolutely. Right, guys. Russell, I've been doing a little bit of homework.
Oh, I don't like that word homework. I didn't like homework at school.
No, well, I don't. Neither did I, but I'm definitely making up for it now.
Okay.
Definitely making up for it now.
Is it fun homework though? Is it going to be fun homework?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
The background, the images, I've done them all on Photoshop. But I did get I have put the source where I got it from, so I'm gonna share screen with everybody. There we go. Right. So according to can you read that? All right, Russell.
Yeah, I'm going to look at my iPad, yeah.
Right, according to Fantasy Football Scout, the 3 top players, who were on that, who present that show, these are the sort of players they've been talking about: goalkeepers, defenders, midfielders, forwards.
Is that for this game week?
Yeah. So tell me what you think. They all picked Kepa as the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I mean, I've got Kepa, so I feel it's a good choice. Raya, Bournemouth are playing. No, Brentford, not Bournemouth. Brentford have got Palace. Yeah, Palace haven't got Zaha, so I see that. Pickford, well, we don't want that one to be right. I guess they're just thinking he might pull out a Wildy. The Chelsea defence is an interesting one because I've got a problem with Azpilicueta, and he's not registered for the Champions League, is he? No. Luke Shaw, yeah, Max Kilman, I presume they're thinking doubles and single game weeks. Tarkowski, everyone wants. Red Mahrez is an interesting one. Do you think he'll get minutes? Do you think he'll? I got a sneaky feeling he might get rotated.
Yeah, I think so as well. I mean, Amani says here, she says that she's got 2 dilemmas. She's got 2 dilemmas this week. Nonto or Kulusevski, and captain Kane or Haaland. I definitely captain Haaland.
The Nonto Kulusevski one's an interesting one because I think West Ham, Spurs have got a lot of injuries, pretty bad form. but they are Spurs and they have got some very good players. But they are playing West Ham, who I can imagine giving them quite a tough game. And it's just whether you take a risk on Everton Leeds, which will be a very nervy game, but Nante's Nantes. You can pull something out, can't you? So that's a tough one. That's a 50-50 for me.
Yeah, well, I'm going to show. I've already, as I told you on Thursday, that I've already picked my team and maybe transfers. But I think what I've done, I think I've made a big mistake. But I'll show you in a minute. Yes, read about that this morning. He had flights tickets for Turkey and on to France that day. Very sad indeed. Yeah, don't like hearing out like that. You know what I mean? But it was a tragedy in Turkey, and it's Mother Nature taking its course, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I mean, it just shows how insignificant humans are. If, like you say, if the Earth decides it wants to do something, doesn't it? We're quite lucky in England, really, that we're just lucky, aren't we, with our weather? We don't really have exotic animals. We don't have exotic weather. We get a bit of snow, and it's like, oh my god! But some areas they're on that. They're always on there's always could be an earthquake or anything happen, couldn't it? So, yeah, location, I'm afraid.
I went Saka captain last week, and it paid off. Got Kane at the moment.
Harry Kane at captain. I've not heard that mentioned much. Have you? That's another left-sided one for me.
Well, do you remember when I asked you that question about how do these top players pull away when they've all more or less got the same teams?
Yeah.
Well, I've gone a bit different. I've gone a bit wild with my team. I've took some transfer hits. Whether I've done the right thing or not, I don't know. But
so technically, I'm above you right now. Then, unless I've made transfer hits, of course. So
yeah, well, it's Manny. Apparently, he didn't go because he scored the last minute, so he stayed to celebrate with his teammates.
Well, let's just say this: Harry Kane can't be any worse than he was against Leicester, because he was. I was watching that game as I was flipping between the games, and he was so bad. It was such a bad performance. So crazy, really.
And remember with Tottenham, they haven't got Conte in dugout. It's in Italy recuperating.
No, they haven't got Benson Curry, but they are still a good team. I mean, they still got Kuleski, Son, Kane, Holbert. They're still a good team. So you certainly can't discredit them. So I mean, Harry Kane's a very good player, and he'll always come back. He's on penalties, and the way he shoots and scores, he can take a shot early. He's just a proven goal scorer. So it's never a bad pick to have Harry Kane. But I'm kind of flitting between Haaland and Rashford personally. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I play with my team as we're talking, and I've got a couple of things in my head. But Haaland or Rashford, I don't know. I think that's a tough choice this week, Captain.
Hopefully, Turkey and Sardinia will recover soon. Yeah, hopefully. You guys. Stu having another mad moment. God, Marnie, if you know, I've had mad moments all my life. You know what I mean? I don't know how I've got by, but I have.
You're probably up all night doing this, weren't you, Stu? But you didn't even sleep. He's like, oh God, I can't. This stressing me out. And he just couldn't. I can imagine you tossing and turning.
Well, I won't like. I watched Charlie Boy, who's the American Charlie. Okay. He did the wrestling stream at 1 o'clock in the morning. To show me support, I stayed up and watched a bit of that with him.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, sleeps. What does Del Boy always say? Sleeps for wimps. That's what he says, doesn't he? Yeah. Mr. Del Boy. London never sleeps and Stuart never sleeps. Is Lee any better this morning, Stu? I think he's knocked out, mate. I think the buttercup medicine, it's knocked him out, which is a good thing, really, because he hasn't been sleeping well. And he don't see with Lee. He don't process pain or illness like we can. If that makes sense. When he gets it, he gets frightened. So when he gets poorly.
Well, we're in a lot of pain with Leeds right now. But any questions, fantasy-wise, guys? I wrote it in the comments. If you got any questions, fantasy football-wise, as we're kind of talking, just throw them in there because it is deadline stream. But what's the feeling with everyone? Is everyone quite settled? I mean, I've got a few decisions to make, but again, it's not one of these deadlines where we're waiting for last-minute team news. To me, it feels like quite a normal deadline again. I don't know how everyone else is feeling, but I feel like it's quite a normal one.
Yeah. I'm interested with this defence as well. What they've picked, they've gone big Craig Dawson. Some of them have, as an out, as an alternative. Ben Mee, Gabriel, Luke Shaw. I think Luke Shaw's a really good pick, personally. I know Hermione will hate me saying that, but he is. I've even gone for him, Pervis Estepien.
Yeah, well, like I said, what is that? The Chelsea player?
No, that's the
the Brighton
player.
Yeah. Well, the Brighton players are in vogue a bit because I think they're playing. I think they've got a blank, but then they're doubling, maybe. What I do is I'm just holding my ground right now. Just wait to see how the fixtures fall exactly. If you see what I'm saying, because not everything's 100% right now, and I just like to wait to be confirmed before I take risks on players. The problem with that is I probably buy them when they're a bit more expensive because people get in early, so I do run that risk.
Yeah. So midfield: Mahrez, Rashford, Saka, De Bruyne. I took De Bruyne out of my team this week.
Really? Against Forest?
Honestly,
Madman.
You want to see what but this is why it says I think I've made some mistakes along the way. Lee had Manny and Stitches. West Ham, every game, every fixture from now till end of season. Lee asked how many points for West Ham. He went none, 0, none. All the way down, he give them 0 points all season.
That would be beautiful, wouldn't it, if we did get... Imagine getting 48 points.
Yeah, he had us winning every game.
Yeah, wow. You can only dream, can't you?
See, that's it. You see, he's a little boy in a big body and an adult body, and that's what he lives on. His dreams, which is it's innocent. It's innocent. So I'm that's one of his big qualities. I'm laughing about it, cheering when everyone agreed with him. Beautiful stuff. Yeah, we got some good feedback on that. I think what we did yesterday were really good, really, really good. Anyway, but thank you for that, Amani, my love. Right, so midfield. Does any of them stick out to you where you think?
I think they're pretty generic pick wise. I think right.
What about him?
Sorry.
What about him, Solly March?
Yeah, I don't know personally. I shy away from the Brighton players. Maybe I'm not saying that I'm doing all right now. I'm actually on 3 green arrows. So Solly March is a good pick if you're looking for a cheap budget midfielder. So they're the sort of players I'd probably look at when a wild card maybe. So I can probably pick some of the players that I can't because I'm not dipping in because I've only got normal transfers. I can't really ghost those players yet. Because I think they're the sort you're going to have to do when you can do a wild card. So they might come into a reckoning when I decide to push that button. But as for right now, he's a good pick. But personally, I can see why people are going for it. But it's pretty generic. I think the one that's intriguing me the most is Mahrez. I'm intrigued to see if because he didn't play well against Arsenal. He got took off. So
he had a bad game, didn't he?
But he's had a really good 4 or 5 games before. So it's going to be interesting to see if he stays or not. So...
Fazad's got a question about FPL. Pick a bench order for these. Gaye, Andreas, Nonso, Dunk, White.
Ooh, that's it. Well, I would definitely have Andreas and Nonto 1 or 2. It's just which one? Who would you have? Who would you have? Nonto first or Pereira? Fulham away at Brighton, but he's on set pieces, and Nonto is Nonto. I don't know. That's a tough one. Who's your first out of them?
The thing is, right? Nonto's a really good player, but is he good for FPL?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No, I think he's a good FPL pick. Oh man, that's a hard one.
I'm gonna go Nonto because I'm a Leeds fan.
I would, yeah. I don't know. No, I'll go Pereira because of set pieces and Fulham are good. So that really doesn't help you, Fazid, because you're still stuck. One thing we have told you, though, is you either go them 1 or 2. It's whose advice you think's better. And then on who would be the 4th one? He's got Guy, who Palace got. Palace, Brentford away, okay. And then you've got White. White did get sub or Dunk. I'd go Dunk third sub. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
and White is the Gay, and then White is last, I think.
Yeah, so for me, if you're picking out of those for your subs option, for me, it'll go Pereiro, Nonto, Dunk. For Stu, it will go
Nonto, Pereira, Dunk.
Yeah. Okay.
And
so if that helps,
Gay.
I'm trying to figure out what he's thinking now. Has he got a bench boost or something? Or is he...
It's good options to have on bench, Charlie. It's a good bench.
I wish I had those options. My bench.
Yeah, well, you want to see my bench when you Russell. I thought I didn't bloody press that wrong button when I first started out doing it. Which is the bench. It's mental. Honest to God, you're going to go mad. You're going to say, "How have you got all that talent on your bench?"
I think you've been influenced by Harmony too much. You're getting too crazy in your head, making all these.
No. I'll show you my system in a minute. I'll show you my team in a minute.
Okay.
And then you can go through it. Right, so our managed team at the moment is Edison, Estepian, Zinchenko, Trippier, Saka, Odegaard, Mitoma, Gakpo, Nonto, Haaland, Kane as captain. On a bench, she's got Pope, Kulusevski, Botman, and Rico Lewis.
That's a strong bench as well, isn't it? Jesus.
Yeah,
I personally would.
I think she's got a really good bench. Did she use bench boost last week? Did she?
Yeah, that's a good bench to have. I don't know. To me, I keep looking at Kuleski. I think I'd rather have Kuleski instead of Gakpo. I think Gakpo's minutes are under threat because of Jota coming back, Firmino. I know he scored, but it was against Everton. I don't know. Personally, I'd go Kuleski, but it's your call.
Right, I'm going to show you my
team.
Wait
there. Fantasy Football Scout, they don't even have Kuleski starting. That's weird. Why is he not even consideration? Or maybe he won't play. Okay. They've got Richarlison starting instead. Okay. Do they have Liverpool as starting? That's what, Gakpo, sorry. Well, they do have Gakpo starting. Okay. Maybe Gakpo is the better choice. I presume Kuleski would be starting.
Tommy has a mistake that day. White might be back though. Dunk is playing at home.
Yeah, Dunk at home I like. Was it Fazid? Yeah, there is probably a good chance White does come back, to be honest with you. Yeah. So I would probably say Ben White will start. And you're right, Tommy. I mean, that mistake was beautiful for me because I had De Bruyne, so I was really happy with that mistake. So,
yeah.
I think Ben White. Yeah.
It reminded me of what Rodrigo did in that Leeds game where he that crossfield pass. It was crazy. He didn't need to do it either. That's what made it worse. Right, so are you ready to laugh at my team, Russell? You're going to laugh. I honestly, I made some big mistakes. I do it through night time when I can't sleep, and then I start dropping off, and then I get daft ideas in my head. Medication kicks in. Do you know what I mean? Not that one. It's that one. Right. Share screen. There we go. Right. This is going to make you laugh. Right. I've got Kepa in goal.
Is he a new transfer? Did you have him last week?
Yeah, I think so. I had Kepa in goal last week. Trippier, Shaw, Robertson, Estepian.
Yeah.
I don't know how you say his name. Is it Estepian?
Yeah, we'll go for that.
And then my midfield is Rashford, Fernandes, Mitoma, and Saka.
Okay.
My strike force is Tony and Haaland. Yep.
So
it's got Crystal Palace as Brentford.
Who you got on your bench?
You ready to see my bench?
Go on then.
Ward, Nketiah, Odegaard, and Aguerd.
Oh my God, madman! You're a madman.
I know.
What do you think to that? What do you think to that? Any questions as well? Throw them in. You got a strong bench. 4-4-2. 4-4-2. I don't. That's crazy. I don't think you go 4-4-2. So what about captain then? Are you happy to have it on Haaland?
Well, he's got Forest.
Okay. I mean, Rashford does have
Leicester.
Rashford has Leicester at home though.
If yeah, but Leicester got a really good result against Tottenham, and the shoe character did Leicester. I don't think it's going to be as easy for Man United as they think.
How many transfers you made then this week?
I don't know. I lost count.
You're joking? You done a wild card?
No.
What?
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm on all bloody strong painkillers and stuff. Medication kicks in.
I can't wait to see how you get on, mate. I think Fernandes could be. I'll be honest with you. I don't have Fernandes, so I'm a little worried about him against Leicester. So that's a good pick. So I think Fernandes is someone who could hurt me this week.
How do I find out how many transfers I made again, Russell, please?
So it should just say your transfer history. I presume if you go into that, you can just check.
Let's make it smaller so I can see the full. Hang on.
Yeah. So if you go to the bottom right hand corner, it'll tell you.
Right. Give me a minute. I've clicked the wrong button. Right. So go to my retransfers.
Now, if you go to pick team,
pick team, yeah,
then bottom right hand corner.
Transfers, Gameweek transfers 4.
How many transfers did you have?
1.
So your minus 12.
Yeah.
Amazing. I kind of like it though. I love it. I love the fact you guys are just nuts. It's brilliant.
This isn't what people want to see, is it? Really? Do you know what I mean?
Show us your transfers. I'm actually intrigued. What transfers have you made? I'm trying to figure out who have you got in and who you got in and who did you take out? You've got a question from Harmony as well. Yeah, any questions, guys? So just throw them in.
This is no word of a lie. I don't even know who I transferred in and out. That's the problem. Right. So, transfer. Where will it be? Transfer history, innit?
Yeah. So if you go back onto the your fantasy site,
right. I took Rutter out.
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
For Tony.
Okay. Yeah.
Then I took Patterson out for Estepion.
Okay, yeah. Patterson is coming back though, so he will be back eventually. Yeah, I've got you.
And then I took out De Bruyne for Saka.
I think that one could come back because he's got Forest. Villa could be tough.
But I remember making that transfer before the Arsenal and Man City game.
Yeah, but I guess you were thinking next week.
Because he would always come off at bench all the time.
Yeah, okay then. And what was your last one?
Oh God, that's it. Oh, White for sure.
Who? Sorry,
I took White out and brought in Luke Shaw.
Okay, yeah, Luke Shaw does have a better fixture. Obviously, but he doesn't play next week.
So I'm a bit mad.
You're mad, but I like it at the same time. You need a big score, mate, because I've just gone ahead of you. So
yeah. Look, I expect my expert panelists to go ahead of me. That's what it's. If you finish below a rookie, if I were you, right, I'd stop. I'd take up. I'd do less weight training for a day and try to get the minutes back into your brain, and then you're thinking about how did a rookie who makes all these bloody daft subs.
But you could be a rookie that's like a wonder kid. You could become free. You could be that kind of rookie. So
well, I thought I'd go different to others, but look of it, a lot of people are going the same way.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I've said it a million times. There's no right or wrong way to play it because everyone will look at each other's team and criticise it. If I brought my team up, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. Everyone would do it.
I've got your team from last week. I'm going to share that. So you don't tell us much about your team until.
Well, I kind of like to leave it and then just kind of because I'll be honest with you. As I'm sat here talking to you guys, I'm playing around with the laptop, which is just here, and then the iPad's there. And I'm kind of looking to my team and just thinking, do I change this? Do I change that? As I'm doing, there's a few options I'm looking at. So,
right. So you've got Kepper in net.
last week, yeah.
Shaw, Trippier, Bono. How are you feeling about Bono?
I don't know. He's one of the ones I'm looking at because I've got a real problem between him and Azpilicueta. So, yeah, I don't know right now. He could be someone that could get the as we talk. Hello, Liam. Start you okay?
That's why I'm playing SD on Fancy Seagulls to keep a clean sheet. I would drop Shaw and play Odegaard. Yeah. But I can't. He's a defender, isn't he?
Yeah, but you're playing 4-4-2, so you could in theory.
Any questions, please ask. Had a busy weekend, so not made any changes. Oh no. I hope Almiron does not have a good weekend. He's still on my bench. Make him up. Well, don't worry about work. Tell him that you need to do your fantasy, Liam. So
Liam, you can also make a change.
Fantasy.
You can make a change now. If you're on the phone now, here, you can put Almiron on.
That's what I mean. I don't understand.
Get on it. And also, you're behind me. See, he's at the bus station now. You can do it. You can do it, Liam. You're at the bus station now.
Yeah, he is. He is. Stu seems to be getting very similar plays that I owe, and I am very flattered.
Ooh, no comment.
No, Amanda Love, you know, your channel moderator, even Mally played Amanda a compliment yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he did. He called the channel moderator. So she's, you know, he knows that she's the moderator. So she's the gaffer in chat, definitely. Liam says, well, busy week. Yeah, but
Darren's here. We got one of the fantasy football mafia in the house. The clan.
Yeah, the one and three, innit? Darren, Richie, Harbinder, then Darren. Liam put Almiron in goal. Yeah, Russ, sorry, I'm not on it today. I'm at the bus for my bus.
Still change it. Still got time to change.
Good afternoon, Darren. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're doing well. I'm happy with my midfield. He can stay on the bench.
I think maybe because it's Liverpool. Because it's quite a tough game. That game, I mean, fantasy football-wise, you wouldn't look at it and think, oh, there's loads of points in that, would you? Really?
Well, Liverpool, to be fair, I mean, they did Manchester saying that they're already playing Everton, weren't they? But they did seem to show a bit of back to how they were, you know, what we come to know with Klopp.
It's sort of for fantasy football-wise, would you look at that game? I mean, I haven't got really many players involved in that. I mean, it could be a high-scoring game. I could be wrong, but with Newcastle's defence, well, I don't know, maybe Newcastle's defence and Liverpool and how Liverpool are, but Liverpool got a good result. I mean, surely Liverpool are going to get better because I think Van Dijk's back, isn't he? I think they're saying that he can play.
Yeah, and Jota made an appearance. He come off at bench against.
Yeah, so I think they're only going to get stronger, to be honest with you now, because they seem to be getting their injuries back. Should be a good game. That'll be a really. Is that played today? Newcastle Liverpool. Is that on? Oh, it's on tonight. No, that'll be a good game.
Yeah, it should be a good game to watch.
Yeah.
What's the early kickoff again, Russell? Is it Brighton?
What, the 12:30 kickoff?
Yeah.
Villa Arsenal.
Right. Fair enough. I'm happy with my team and want at least 70 points this week minimum.
Okay.
I've got I need to get to about bloody 80 to get some sort of sense of some sort of senses back. Lot of price changes this week, Russ. Which one do you think will go higher?
Which one? Well, which player?
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, I follow quite a few people that kind of do all that for you. So, I mean, I'm a bit actually. I'm a bit weird with price changes because I haven't really got high value price in my team. I don't get too wrapped up in the price changes.
I don't either.
Because you're not chasing prices, you're chasing points, aren't you? I know price changes help because it always helps you to get better players, and there's always that time when you're 0.1 off getting it. But I never really get high value in my team, so I don't look at it that hard. I'm probably a bit naive, but it doesn't really seem to affect my game. So there's no one I've really got an eye on, or I wouldn't really know who would go up in price, if I'm being honest. I don't really keep that sharp an eye on it.
Is De Bruyne an option for captain, Russell?
I would think so. Against Forest away. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, why not? I mean, I think captain-wise, Haaland, Rashford, De Bruyne. You can throw Harry Kane in because Harry Kane's Harry Kane.
Some good options. Some really good options out there.
Saka's an outside option. I still think Villa are an odd team because they got battered by Leicester at home, but then they pull out the odd result here and there. They're inconsistent, so you don't really know what you're going to get. I mean, Chelsea, Southampton home. Would you not say a few of theirs were options? I would say they've got a few options for Chelsea, maybe. I mean, you fancy them against Southampton.
Joe Felix at Chelsea as well. If you've got the money to bring in Joe Felix, and if you've got a spare transfer, he'd be a perfect option for you today, especially today.
I'll be honest with you, as I'm talking, I'm flipping 2 players in and out of my team. So I've got 2 players I'm unsure with. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, we're into just under half an hour now.
It's just a couple I'm looking at.
Amani wants 184 points.
God, don't we all? I think the best one I think there was a week when there was it like a double game week or triple game week, and people were getting like 150, 200 points, but everyone was doing it because everyone was triple captaining like the same player, got loads of points, and everyone had a really good week. It was like a really weird week. It doesn't feel as good though when everyone else does as well.
That's where I get a bit. I want, that's why I try to go down a different route.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with it. If you want to be doing, like I keep saying, there's no right or wrong way of playing it. So, if you want to be maverick and you want to take risks, do it because you could get rewards. I'm probably a bit more of a boring player in that sense.
Well, next season, I'm going to go down the Mr. Sensible route.
Okay.
This season, with it being my first season, I just want to try getting as many points as I can in each week. I'm checking each week as it comes.
Yeah. Hey, who was that guy we were speaking to on Wednesday who started? Was it Tom?
Tom, yep.
I hope he gets his team sorted.
Yes, done it. He's in league. He's got his team in league now.
Oh, okay. That'll be interesting.
So, yeah, he's got the team in there. Liam's laughing at Amani. Would be happy with 70 plus points, really. Yeah, it's hard, isn't it, when it's only a single game week because what's the average for a single game week? It's normally depends, doesn't it? I see some averages at 45 and I've seen some averages at 68.
Yeah, I mean, you can go anywhere between 50 to 80, really. So, yeah, I mean, the average last week was 66. So, yeah, but there's a few double game weeks in that one.
That Brighton Japanese player, I need to add him to my midfield. He's strong.
Yeah, is it Matoma? Yeah,
Matoma. I have Matoma. I may move to get Almiron back in for Kula in a couple of weeks, in a few weeks' time. Rashford is on fire. Sorry, Amani, but what a fantasy player! What a fantasy player for points.
Yeah, I think he said he wants a fantasy player for points. Yeah, he's like me. You see, I have no loyalty to who they play for. I have loyalty to that green arrow, that lovely green arrow that feels like a drug when you get it. It's like, yes, I love that feeling.
Yeah, I get that feeling every night, mate. Don't you worry about that. I looked at my game week 5 reverse fixtures. Only Kulusevski and Ireland were in it.
Yeah, it's interesting how the team you start with to one that you're on now. I mean, I'll have a quick look at my team when I started, as you're going through the comments.
I would love a triple digit next week, but I have not had one in your fantasy yet. I
No, I
got
haven't had one this year yet. So
I got mine. I got mine last week. No scum in my team ever facts.
yeah, I had a look at my first team. This is my first ever team. As you go through the comments, I started with Ward, Alexander-Arnold, James, Robertson. So those three have all gone. Cancelo. So I have none of my defenders left. Neto, he's gone. Salah, he's gone. Saka's gone. Aronson's gone. Jesus, I've only got one player left. No, two players. No, one player left in my first 11. I've still got Ward, but he's on the bench. I had Everson. Still got Pereira. Nico Williams is gone, and Greenwood's gone. So I only got 1, 2, 3 players left from my first ever team.
Wow!
So it shows how much how much your team changes from your first week.
So how many times have you took point hit, Russell?
How many what, sorry?
How many times have you took a transfer point hit? You know, if you're 4 points, how many times have you had to take an extra transfer?
I don't know, maybe about 3 or 4.
Yeah,
that's quite a lot for me, but it's because I've had a lot of weird injuries. James from Chelsea hurt me because he kept getting injured. So,
right. Well, I started then in game week 9, didn't I? Because the game week 8 was my first week of playing FPL.
Yeah.
I had Leno in goal, Ake, Gabriel, Cancelo, Gordon, Paqueta, Martinelli, Bentancur, Haaland, Mitrovic, and Jesus. That were my team.
Yeah. So how many players you got left from that now?
None of them. Haaland and one player.
Yeah, that just shows how much you change your team.
I even had James on bench. Wow, that's mad.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That.
But like I say, your team's constantly evolving because you're following the fixtures. It's like it goes like this, doesn't it? So
yeah,
like an orchestra. So yeah, what are we thinking on Martinelli? Do you think he's going to start today?
It seems to have fallen out of favour, doesn't it? It's a bit weird. I mean, I think Saka's the better player.
Yeah, I'm just worried about Martinelli's minutes, if I'm being honest.
Where did Martinelli play? He plays on the right, left. Doesn't he?
Left. Yeah, plays left. Yeah.
Right. And Saka plays on the right.
Yeah.
William says he thinks he's heard about like 4 brand new teams.
Yes, because we've got 2 wild cards as well, didn't we? Because of the World Cup.
Yeah. Injury has been a real pain in the backside this year. Game week 7 was a blank. You were in on game week 5. Look again. I'll have a look at it second, my love. I think it's more. I think Saka is more involved in Arsenal's games than Martinelli because Saka seems to cut in the wing more.
Yeah, I mean he's the best pick to have. Yeah, I mean the Martinelli one for me, he's never worked out because I got on him late and missed a lot of his points. So since I've signed him, he's not really done much. So I've messed up with Martinelli. Yeah, I was slow to react to that.
I'm going to go back to game week 5 for a man. Not that one. That's the wrong one. What's it doing? There we go. Right, go back to game week 5. So that's when I joined. I thought I joined the game week 7, but it looked like a man. It says it were a double game week. There we go, game week 5. There we go. I've got my team. Up. Hiya, Lee. How you doing, mate?
Oh, Lee's here. Hello, Lee. He's in his
good.
You good, mate? You feeling any better?
No.
But you should be on stream. But if you want to stay on, you can stay on, my love. I'm just going to show people my team from game week 5. Share screen. This is game week 5. I had Meslier, Ferran, Gabriel, Cancelo, Harrison, Nogard, Martinelli, Salah. He got 20 points, 10 points that week. Did more Salah. Then after that, he seemed to fall off a cliff.
Yeah.
Jesus with 6, Tony with 1, Haaland with 17. So, and then not bench I had Areola, Bentancur, James, and Ake.
I just think how much you've evolved as a player since then, Stu.
Well, I don't know. I still do crazy things, don't I?
You do, but you're a lot more clued up now. All of you are, so it's a lot better. So,
you know, game week 7 with Queen's Death, it was. Resting peace, Your Majesty. And the chance of Saka getting dropped is very low because he has no backup on the right compared to
out of all of them, there's no way Saka's getting dropped. I would also say that Odegaard is very safe as well. I think Martinelli's clearly the danger one now. Annoyingly, he's the one I own. So,
do you think Odegaard goes missing in big games, Russell?
I don't know. I mean, he's got a good point. I mean, I think he's a very good asset at a very good price. He takes free kicks, doesn't he, as well? So even if he does go missing in big games, he's always worth owning because he's a good player. You know, I guarantee you he'll come through soon. So Odegaard, it's only a matter of time for Odegaard does well again. So I'll definitely keep him. If I had him, I'd keep him.
Good point. Right, so that was my screen. I'm going to stop sharing screen now so we can all be together. Lee, you've changed your room, lad.
I know, I don't know what's wrong with it.
Don't worry, I'll get it sorted for you, mate. Don't worry.
I bet Lee was watching us, was like, oh, I've got to get involved. Couldn't help himself.
Yeah.
How you doing, Lee? You okay?
Yeah, fine, yeah.
Are you happy with your fantasy team this week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little birdie told me you've not used any of your chips yet. You're a madman.
No chips yet.
Okay. So he's got a lot of power right now. I expect to see you shooting up that league.
I'll tell you something. The game next week's blank game week, isn't it?
Yeah.
He could use his free hit chip.
Yeah, he's got a lot of options. He's in a strong position. But I would say, Lee, I would start thinking using them because you might get caught out and you could be in a weird position where you've got too many chips and not enough time to use them.
Yeah.
So that's so you've got to start looking maybe in the next couple of weeks to start looking at using some of them.
How many blank game weeks do you think we're going to have from now till end of season? Because I've got some Brighton players in my team and I've got some Man United players in my team.
Yeah. It all depends on the FA Cup, doesn't it? Like I say, I kind of watch other people to let them do the work for me. So I kind of wait for the news to come out, but you've got to be very careful because you could have some weeks where you're not even able to field like 8-10 players. So
I think I'm going to struggle. I think if anything, I've got to hope that Aguerd's back fit. Otherwise, I'm going to have an injured player on bench and 2 players who aren't going to. My bench will be full of players who won't be getting picked, who won't play. Yeah,
that's what makes fantasy football so interesting. Is it's very strategic. You have to. It's like a constantly moving puzzle for me in my brain. So you have to kind of preparing yourself for, for like 2 or 3 weeks ahead. So.
And you, another dilemma I'm having now is captain because Armani made a good point, when she says with Man City having Champions League midweek, is Haaland going to play 90 minutes?
Does Haaland need 90 minutes though to do some damage?
No, he only needs 45, doesn't he?
It's up to you. I mean, who are you thinking otherwise then?
Well, that's it. I mean, I've got Rashford against Leicester, but I fancied Leicester to cause Man United a problem, but Rashford's a midfielder, so even if they concede, it's not going to affect his points, is it?
Yeah, okay.
Saka against Villa away.
Okay.
And yeah, Fernandes as well. I think Fernandes is a good shout for captain.
Well, you've got some last-minute decisions to make. Then maybe it's turned into a stream where we might see a few confusing looks from Stu as he's.
What do you mean? You don't need to wait until end of the stream to see me make some confusing looks. I look confused every time I do a stream, man.
You look confused before we even started the stream when I was waiting in the lobby. You're like,
yeah, and we're well out of it, honest.
Yeah, you were.
I'm all right now. I'm buzzing. I'm happy. Yeah. I'm really happy.
Yeah, well, like I say, there's one player I keep flipping in and out right now. So
Odegaard is always a good week. It's always going to be one of those players you can't afford to move out for me.
Yeah, that's true.
Brighton double in game week 27, maybe again in game week 29. Thanks to Manny Love. So I will drop my two Brighton players in Mitoma and Estepion to bench. I will check them out. No, Darren, Titch is still not well. Is still not right. When Titch gets poorly, he gets poorly, which is very rare. He gets ill, but I've been keeping in contact with him, and he's doing, make sure I'm like a mother hen to him. Do you know what I mean? I keep ringing him every day to see if he's all right. Bless him. You know, he's probably fed up. He's probably fed up of hearing my voice now. The captain top picks are Haaland, Kane, Saka, and Man United choices.
Yeah, I think you could. I mean, I think this week is a week. I mean, Forest away. I'd be surprised if Haaland didn't get something. But will the other players in their fixtures get more? So I think this week is quite an open week, captain-wise. I think you could be a bit different and maybe not get as punished as you normally would.
You see, and let's be honest, Rashford's on goal scoring form, isn't he?
Yeah. I mean, there's good options this week, captain-wise. There is good options.
Darren Titch is poorly. He is that, love. He is that. He is. But yeah, any questions from the chat? Because I'm still thinking about who as my captain. And I don't normally change things during stream, but I am thinking about it now. I really am. My head's hurting. I don't often think this much, Russell.
I find it funny. You say you don't often do this, but every stream you're like, we always get to near the end. You're like, I don't know now, and it's like I've got it set. I think I've only been with you on one stream, and you've gone, no, I'm not changing. But usually you are going, you're like the Leaning Tower of Pizza in the wind, just like, which way? It's funny, it makes me laugh.
No, I'm going to stick with it. Sticking with it. I've made my mind up. I'm sticking with Ireland. I've got faith in the boy. The Leeds United fan. I've got faith in him.
Remember, you've got 20 minutes to change your mind, and there is a good option. So, yeah.
Really good options. Really, really good options.
I mean, I think Fernandes is a good option this week.
You see, the thing with Rashford and Fernandes, there ain't much between them, is there? Apart from Rashford scoring goals.
He's on penalties. I think it's Fernandes on penalties, isn't he? So, I don't know. He's in good form. I mean, I ditched him at the right week. I got rid of Fernandes and then brought in De Bruyne. That move worked for me. But, yeah, the players I'm kind of worried about are people like, Odegaard, Fernandes. They could punish me this week. So, unless I bring him in, obviously, which is an option, I know.
Let's have a look. Do I go wild and make another transfer?
Oh, we've got another question, a different question. quickly get that one up. But I actually agree with the gentleman. I think, no, you stick with that. You go for it. I think that's a good option.
I'm captaining Rashford this week. What do you guys think? Well, this is the dilemma. I don't know whether to go or to get Saka, Shaw, not Shaw, Fernandes, Rashford, Haaland.
I'm not sure how you say your name. As a Lodapi. I would say stick with. I think Rashford this week is a very good choice. So I think go for it.
Hermione says, I feel Newcastle v Liverpool will be an high scoring 3-3 or 3-2 either way. Salah could come good also.
We've got another one actually. We've got to rate my team. Flag that one up. I'm intrigued. It's from Mark Bryan.
Right, so it's got Kepa, Shaw, Trippier, Ake, Bruno.
Yeah.
Rashford, Saka, Odegaard, Kane, and Nketiah, Haaland.
Good team. And he looks pretty well. So I mean, that Ake. What are we thinking on that? Ake could be the odd one out. But if he plays Forest away, well, he's down to play. Yeah, I think that's a pretty solid team. So if you want to rate it, a good solid 8, I think, for that one.
Hermione's going to give it 4 out of 10 because you've got Man United players.
Fantasy players.
I'll say. The Ake one's the problem for me. The other players, I think they can score highly. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10.
He's playing 3-5. What's he playing? Does he mean Bruno or do you mean Bruno from Wolves? Bruno is Rashford, is it?
I think it's going to go 3.
To me, that looks like 3-4. What's that? 3-4.
3-4-3.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, for some reason I thought Bruno meant was the Wolves player. No, that's it. Actually, I think that's really good. I'm going to give that a 9. Yeah, that's a 9. As long as Ake starts, I think he's well set up. Really well set up. Yeah, good team.
But getting back to I'm captaining Rashford this week. I don't think you can go far on with captaining Rashford.
I think Rashford's a good. But he's someone I'm looking at now, actually, as we're talking. So, I'm like used to. There's still a few things I'm unsure about. I'm kind of playing around with it as we're talking.
Amani says Trashford only gets someone. So does Bruno. I've tried thinking once, but didn't like it. You like me, Darren, mate. My brain hurts when I think.
Well, it's working for you, Darren.
My wife thinks for me. My wife thinks for me, so I don't have to worry.
Yeah, well, Darren and his son are like the people we're trying to chase down. So, if not thinking is the way to do it, it's working. So,
well, I don't know if you'd set this as a compliment or not, mistaken, but our expert Russell calls you the Cray twins. You and your son, the Cray twins.
Yeah, I've got to try and penetrate their dominance.
Yeah. Which one's Ronnie and which one's Reggie?
Yeah, who's the craziest one? That's what we need to know.
Darren's the crazy one. Richie's the down to earth, intelligent one. Your team has got 3 too many scum players. Transfer out Shaw, Rashford, and Bruno locking their head off.
But fantasy wise, they're good.
Yeah, very good. I mean, I've got Shaw, Fernandes, and Rashford.
I do my vice captain.
Who've you got as captain?
I've got Haaland as captain, and my vice captain is Rashford.
Would you be tempted to change it, Lee, or are you happy?
I think I'm happy with Rashford as vice captain.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, we'll right. Put yourself in Pep's shoes. He knows that he's got a relatively easy team for Man City coming up.
I would say this, Stu.
Forest.
Pep, if they win heavily, let's say they're 3-0 up at half time,
he'll take him off.
Yeah, I think they'll come off. So that's what you got to probably think. But it's just whether he's involved in the goals.
Do you know something? No, I'm going to stick with it. And do you know why? Because I've made some crazy decisions this week already, and if I change it, I'll kick myself if
your choice.
As well. But if Haaland doesn't do well and Rashford does, I aren't too bothered because, if Rashford does really well, it gets me all in points back what I've used on transfers. Okay. So that's why I'm going to stick with Haaland. I think.
Well, you've still got 14 minutes.
Oh, my head's burning.
As we kind of look through, I feel Alvarez will play. Haaland will be sub. No, I'll be surprised if that happens. I mean, when's the Champions League game? What day is it? Wednesday or Tuesday?
Everything froze and went quiet on me.
I was going to say, it looked like you was praying. You're like, oh.
Yeah, I was about to shout for Cilla because I asked her for advice, but she's not here, so I can't even ask Cilla for advice.
Who do I pick, God?
Look, I believe that if you're good to people in life, I don't go to church or that. I'm not. But I believe if you do good things in life, you don't don't just get picked just because you go to church. So I've kept my options open.
Hopefully you do good things in the next 13 minutes then.
Yeah, well, I've kept my options open like that Leeds United statement. Yeah, open-ended. We're still looking for managers, Russell.
Yeah, I know. It's all going to come down to the next couple of games. I bet if he gets good results on the next two, he'll stay on.
The problem is though, who's going to come in? It'll be 14 games to go.
I don't know. I think we put ourselves in the corner.
That's it. Is it going to be someone like bloody Sam Allardyce or Steven Gerrard?
So wait, Man City play on the 22nd. What date's that? So they got Leipzig away. 22nd. Is that a Wednesday or Tuesday?
Wednesday away at Leipzig, so travelling Monday night.
The Wednesday. It's on a Wednesday.
Yeah, but the team's travelling on Monday.
Okay. Well, so it's a Wednesday game. Okay.
Yeah, Wednesday away at Leipzig, so the team are travelling Monday night.
Okay.
I think that's what she meant. Can you just double confirm that, Amanda? Yeah. There you go. Look, what about Russell?
Who, sorry?
For Leeds United manager.
Who's that? Stuart Pearce?
Yeah.
No way.
No.
No, he's probably he's a good coach, isn't he? But he managed he was manager at Man City for a bit, weren't he? And then Forest. Yeah. Yeah, he's a good coach, but I don't think he's manager, is he? Oh, no, definitely not.
I'm actually working next to Scaballo. Possibly.
Yeah, I mean, we're not linked with him, are we? So I'll be surprised.
The thing with Stuart Pearce is he were West Ham set piece coach. And when he were there, they were scoring goals galore. They were scoring goals for fun. When he left, they hadn't scored many set piece goals at West Ham this season. Did you know, Russell? Tottenham have got the third worst goal defence in Premier League.
Really?
On goals conceded, yeah. No. Apparently they've got the third. I watched Irish Hotspur with Dave, and they were talking about it. The third worst defence in the Premier League.
You don't think that because they're so high up the league, don't you?
Yeah, but it's because it goes to score.
I mean, the defence can't be that great. They've conceded 3 against Leeds at home, so
yeah, and 4 against Leicester last time out.
So 10 minutes, Stu, before we drift away from the main topic right now. While the questions are dried up a bit, can't we do with your captain, man? What are you doing with your captain?
Sticky with Ireland.
You sure?
I'll let you know in about 8 minutes.
And Lee, you're sticking with Haaland as well?
Yeah.
And anyone in the comments, would anyone like to tell us what they're thinking captain-wise? Or are you going to be like me and be a bit secretive until the end? I'll be intrigued to see what everyone else is doing in the comments.
Hermione, trust you are well. Until the end of the season, he's absolute quality. I am good, Darren. Thank you. Hope you are misbehaving on a daily basis. Oh, Rashford. Rashford's popping out to me.
He's not a bad pick. I'll be honest with you, it's a good pick. It's up to you. Stick with Haaland, Stu. Stick with Haaland if that's what you're thinking.
I'm overthinking. Clogs are going round in my brain.
See, this is what this game does to you.
Oh, come on, Stuart. Think.
Hardly sticking with Kane, fair enough. It's a good pick. Harry Kane's. I haven't heard him mentioned much, but he is a good pick. I mean, he's Harry Kane. So.
Rashford, make him captain. At the moment, I've got my captain on Rashford now.
I mean, either way, mate. I think, like I say, you got Kane as well.
Me?
Yeah.
No, Haaland and Tony.
Okay, I think between Haaland, Rashford, and Fernandes, I don't think you can really go wrong, to be honest with you. So I would say that Man United probably have the harder fixture, but there is a danger Haaland could get taken off. But I don't know. I mean, it's a flip of a coin for me. You know, I'm looking at Rashford too. So don't worry. You're not by yourself. I'm just doing it more quietly in my head. But I am arguing about a few things.
Right. So the time has now ended.
8 minutes, guys. 8 minutes to deadline. 8 minutes.
So it's it's a bit. Why is it so bloody difficult? Why? Oh.
Yeah, but Stu, we love it. We love the pain. We love it. We like
supporting Leeds United all my life.
Because if you get it right, the feeling you get from getting it right is amazing. That's why it's so addictive, fantasy football. As much as you're getting annoyed, you secretly love these moments as well at the same time. So that's what makes it so interesting. Like a single decision could affect everything. Choices, outcomes. That's what makes it all good.
One mistake can cost you like 15 points.
Yeah, it can make a big difference. Yeah, you know that's why people always say to, I get our mate who's giving me, you're so lucky. Oh. I don't know if you could be lucky for 15, 20 years. So usually people say that to beat you.
Tony's a good champ.
If anyone's got any last questions for the 6 minutes, you've got us. I mean, I think I might be pretty settled, so I'll be watching the comments if anyone wants to ask anything. But it seems to me that everyone seems quite settled in the comments. Everyone seems okay with what they got. Lee seems settled. It's just you, Stu, I think.
Yeah, my brain's hurting. God, I'm going to need some paracetamol.
I will say one thing. I think whatever choice you make is going to be a pretty good one. So you're not looking at really bad options. So.
See, Haaland can get 15 points in one half.
Yeah. But so could Rashford or Fernandes.
I'm sticking with Kane. I'm sticking with Haaland.
Okay, fair enough. Decision made. Fair enough. You stick with Haaland if that's what you feel happy with.
Yep, I'm happy with Haaland. I think it's something. I think I might be regretting it, but I won't. The reason why I won't regret it is because I picked him before stream, and I stuck to my guns this time.
Okay. Then, like I said, it's not a bad pick. If
Rashford outscores Haaland, I won't be too disappointed because I need all my players to get good scores to catch up on the transfer penalties I've had.
Yeah, okay then. Okay. If you're happy with that, stick with it.
Amani's saying she's keeping Donto in and benching Colours at Jeski. I tell you, there's 5 minutes left, isn't there?
Yeah, you got 5 minutes.
Right, I'm thinking of my midfield.
Oh, we got a question, an outside question. Get that one up quick. Anyone that comes in that's exotic, we'll quickly answer it.
Start Tarkowski against Leeds or Trippier against Liverpool.
Oh.
Tough. I think. You know what? I can tell you where Leeds game's going to go against Everton. Everton are just going to go for set pieces and hope that the set piece specialist Sean Dyche is a specialist.
That's a 50-50, isn't it? Because I think Liverpool could score, but Trippier's on set pieces. I would say Trippier just because he's on set pieces.
Yeah, and let's be honest,
I think you've got to take that into account. So Trippier for me.
And I don't think Trippier's ever had a bad punt teller. Apart from
he only got 2 last week, but it's just the set pieces. I mean, you're relying on Tarkowski to score from a set piece, which he could do, but I personally would go Trippier. I think both will concede because I think Leeds could score, but I think Trippier, just for the amount of crosses, set pieces, to me that gives him an edge.
Russell, advice. Rashford, Fernandes, Matoma, Saka.
Where are we looking? Who's that?
I've got Odegaard on bench. Would you make it 5 in midfield?
Well, who are you looking to get rid of?
Robertson.
And who are you thinking of bringing in?
Odegaard.
Yeah, I'll bring in Odegaard.
Switch. Odegaard. Switch. Save team. Done. Right. So I've gone 3-5-2. Trippier, Shaw, Esteban at the back. Midfield of Odegaard, Rashford, Fernandes, Matoma, Saka in midfield, and Haaland and Tony up top.
I like Darren's comment to us. That's not really chuckle.
You're welcome, Jeff. You're welcome.
Yeah, no problem, Jeff. Hopefully you have a good game week.
Yes, definitely. As long as you're settled, everything is all right.
Exactly. As long as I'm settled, everything is all right. You are right, Darren. So I need to chase you and your son down.
Odegaard and Ben Shaw. I think Shaw will do all right.
Yeah, that's a good choice this week. Yeah.
You see, Robertson, to be fair, what's happened to Liverpool? You know what I mean?
Robertson did get a clean sheet last week, though. I mean, I started with Robertson and Alexander-Arnold. So, yeah, I got to admit that I had a really bad start. I mean, I got no Liverpool players right now. So, normally I've got like 2 or 3 at least. And they're awful.
Yeah, well, I think next week, it depends. It depends on what Shaw does and what Robertson does this week. Well, because I need to sort out Aguerd.
Quick, we've got 1 minute left, mate. That's it. We're done. We're almost there.
We're done.
We're there. It's on 59. Any changes you got to do now? Woo! I love it.
Robert will assist. Shaw will get sent off, laughing her head off. I hope you're on a man. He'll have won that one. I do. I hope you're wrong. So, it's nearly time, mate. It's nearly time. I'm sticking with what I've got. I'm happy with
Okay, stick with what you got. Yeah.
Lee, you're happy with your team?
Yeah.
So, right, who's you got? Who's you got in net?
Nick Pope.
Who's you got in defence?
Warburg, Trippier, Shaw.
Who's you got in midfield?
Can I get him on Bruno Fernandes, Rashford, Saka, and what?
Deadline's passed, everyone. That's it.
Who've you got up top, Lee?
Haaland and Nonto.
You kept on to win.
Yep.
I that's the mistake I made. I should have kept on to win. But what I did last week is I took the wrong player out by mistake. I took Nonto out when I was supposed to take Rutter out. So I might have to bring Nonto back in next week.
Yeah.
Sure, is out next week. Cup final for Newcastle. I will transfer him out. Then have Liverpool got a blank game week? No, they haven't, have they?
No, they're doubling.
Right. So I might bring Robertson in then as a double game week. I've made too many transfers to mention.
Or
Yeah,
could be double bluffing.
Darren.
I think Darren's too clued up to do that. I can't imagine him making too many.
I made him wonder. I had an excuse. I was heavily medicated. Very heavily medicated.
Well, I can turn this off now. That's done. There we go. Turn off the laptop. That one's done.
Amani says next week blank for Man United, Scum, Newcastle, Brighton, and Brentford. You're going to need to take a hit again next week, Stu. I know.
Nice your free hit. Have you got any? You got your free hit still?
No, just got my wild card.
Well, you got your wild card, so you have got an option if you're really struggling. So don't worry. There'll be a lot of players. I think maybe next week that might be struggling. I think you'll find there'll be quite a lot of teams. Maybe not full teams. They'll have to take minuses. So. Yeah, I think you have 7 non-starters. Oh, jeez. Does that mean you've got non-starters, Stu?
I think she might be right, you know.
Oh, no.
Lee's in a strong position. He can do what he wants.
Yeah, as I said, but you got to use him quick, I think.
I might have to use my wildcard next week. Which is another headache, because that means that you can change your team, doesn't it?
You're meant to be relaxed after the stream now. You've done your choices. You're already thinking of next week.
I'm already thinking of next week, mate, yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about it until next week.
Yeah, I think I managed right about 7 players. I'm going to have to take out the squad. I wish I kept my free hit this time, because I would have used the free hit chip, because it would have switched back. Then I don't have to worry about, my team as much. But yeah, I might have to use my wild card.
It's all learning this week. It's all learning this season anyway, Stu. So
yeah, well, like these blank game weeks, I didn't even that thought never even entered my head.
Okay.
I didn't think about them in FPL. I didn't think that. You know what I mean? I've only just learned what double game week is.
That's what I mean. I'm always thinking like 3 game weeks ahead, but that's just being used to how I play it.
So first game's 4:30 kickoff, in it.
Yeah. I thought that was quite a good dead on stream. I enjoyed that.
Good man, good.
We got the good regulars in who are playing in the league. Good competition. Like I say, I need to chase some of these guys down. And we had a few questions from different people. That was good.
Good. I hope everyone enjoyed it as well. I really do. We do try. I mean, people all know that when I commit to something, I commit to it, and I do put effort into it, and I always will. But I also will make mistakes along the way.
We all do, mate. I made loads of mistakes.
You know,
I'm a living mistake. I'm a living mistake.
You should agree with me. Should agree with you. Should say I would say you would.
But you are. I can tell. It's funny to watch how you are now, because this is what fantasy football does to you if you really get into it. You're like, oh. But when it comes good, it feels good. When it goes bad, it feels bad. Very addictive.
Get Darren Higgins says get well soon, Lee.
Thank you, Higgins.
I think I have 7 non-starters. Darren says keep your wild cards, Stu. If I've got 7 non-starters, I'm going to have to use it. I've got no choice. And if I have to take 7 hits, what will that be in points?
4 times 7, 14, 28 points.
Ouch.
Yeah. But you got to remember, just play it by ear, mate. Have a look at your team once the points come up, because you can then look at next week's team and see exactly what you've got. And then you got to make your mind up, haven't you? It's up to you then.
Yeah, but you know what I'm like? I'll end up playing about with it.
It's
Just to see what I can do with it.
It's up to you. It's your choice.
I'm gonna wait till I'll probably give it. I'm gonna give a rest this weekend because the games are on, and I'll look at it Monday.
Okay.
I will be doing a review of the game with Malik either today or tomorrow. I don't know if my brother's coming today or yet. He don't tell me. He just turns up.
Okay.
Which is annoying. And I haven't seen him since before Christmas.
Okay.
So that should be fun. But yeah, thanks for joining us, Russell. Really do appreciate it.
Yeah, no, it's been great. Like I say, thanks everyone in the comments who's made a comment, who's made the effort to sit here and watch us.
Yeah, it means a lot.
Thanks for the entertainment, Stu. It's always funny watching you on Deadline Stream. You come in all settled at the end of it, you're like tearing your hair out. It's always funny to watch.
But what's the word? I'm a glutton for punishment. I keep coming back for more.
Yeah. It is funny to watch you, but I hope you have a good game week, mate. You took a few risks, so hopefully they pay off. I'm good. I hope you get better, Lee. I hope your team does well. Remember, start using your chips. You've got to start looking at your chips too, mate. Yeah, otherwise you might end up struggling with them.
Don't forget, lovely Lee, the psychic. West Ham 0, Leeds 48 points.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
Every game 0.
I'd just be happy with 1 point today for Leeds. That's how desperate I am nowadays.
I don't think it's going to be enough. Honestly, I think because they got that result against Arsenal, I think before the Arsenal game I would have took a point, but now we've got to be beating teams in and around.
Yeah, but you also got to look at it like this with Everton. We're 1 point ahead of them, so the pressure's more on them. So it's better if we draw than they draw. I think this is how it's going to go. I think if Everton score, you're going to see a lot of diving, time wasting. I think it'll be very hard for Leeds to get the first goal could be crucial, but if it's a draw, it's a draw, and it doesn't affect it does affect us, but it also means that it keeps Everton down there. So
you see, if they score first, it'll be like a 4-5-1 formation.
Yeah, we're gonna have to try and break down, and then they'll hit us on the break. Yeah, I'm worried about Damari Gray. I really rate Damari Gray, but he usually does well against Leeds. So yeah, if he's starting, I'll be a bit worried.
I'm surprised that he didn't start against Liverpool.
No, he starts with Neil, but I got a funny feeling he's going to have some sort of impact on the game. So yeah, I do actually rate him. Yeah.
I am bringing in Gomez for Botman and either Darwin or Kane for Alisson. Right, Botman and either Darwin for Kane. So she's. Yeah, and Alisson in for Edison. Undecided. I have two free. See, this is why man is getting good at this game because she plans it out in advance.
Yeah, that's what you got there.
Yeah, I won't like to play chess with her. Get 8 starters, Stu, and keep in your wild card even if you need to take a few hits. Well,
I'll tell you what, next week's stream's going to be interesting, isn't
it? What day are we doing that, Russell?
We'll do Wednesday because we can do Wednesday and we'll do Saturday.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good to me.
Yeah, it sounds good. Like I said, I've enjoyed it. Thanks for everyone popping in, and I hope you all enjoy the fantasy football, and I hope you all have a good week. Apart from Darren, because I need to catch up with him.
You are really competitive, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, I want to win it. I've had a couple of good weeks now. I'm starting to get a roll going. I need to chase the people above me. They're my targets.
And you'd win at any cost.
Yeah, maybe.
Right. So now that the stream's ended, Russell, are you going to tell us your team?
It's not ended though. We're still on it.
No, I mean now that the deadline's ended, are you going to?
Oh yeah. I normally went off it, but if I can remember, I got Kepa, Trippier. Who else was it? Kepa, Trippier. I had the Wolves defender because I think he will start.
Well, no.
And who's my other defender? Trippier, Kepa. I can't remember the third defender. Do you remember who it was?
Let me have a look at your team and then I can tell you. Right, these are the ones you had in your team last week.
Okay.
Oops, not that one. It won't let me do it. Well, it's updated.
No, it's gone off. Who did I have? It was Shaw. Luke Shaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then in midfield I got Rashford. De Bruyne, and Pereira. I was up in an argument between Pereira and Somerville because I know Somerville can, but I thought Everton will be hard to break down. Somerville isn't on set pieces. I just went for Pereira on set pieces, and I think he'll play the full minutes. Kane, Haaland, captain, and Nikita and Martinelli in midfield as well. I've made no transfers. I've decided to roll over. So so I've decided to roll over to kind of help the team next week. But I was unsure about Somerville and Pereira, and I was looking at maybe Rashford captain, but I decided to stay with Haaland.
Yeah, I think going against Ireland, and if it pays off, you've done well, because a lot of people will be captain in Ireland.
Yeah. I just thought against Forest away, I fancy him, but there is a danger he might not finish the full game, so it could hurt me. So that's why I'm worried about Fernandes and Odegaard, because some people own them and they could hurt me this week. So.
Russell, you mentioned about Somerville against Everton.
Yeah.
Now, the worry I've got when I hear you talk like that is, how good really is that Leeds United squad? If we're saying that they're going to struggle against Everton,
I think it just becomes a mental thing when you're down there. It's hard to relax when you're in a relegation battle. I mean, look at Wolves now. Wolves have picked up a couple of results, and they'll be like, you start feeling good, you start relaxing. Leeds just can't get on a run. So I think we're good enough to stay up. I think attack's really good, but we just get so many injuries. That's what I'm worried about. It's just we're constantly injured. I heard a rumour that they're thinking of giving Forshaw a contract. I mean, if they do that, I just give up. I mean, why'd you be giving him a contract? He's injured. He's been injured for 3 years. Absolute idiots. If that's true, I mean, I don't care if he's part of the winning team. He's hardly played for 2 years. You don't do that. It doesn't make sense.
But the club tried to get rid of him in January.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't know. Well, I hope it's just a rumour. But I think we're good enough to stay up. I think it just becomes about nerves and mental. It's as simple as that. And it just becomes that you're so scared of losing, you don't play normally, do you? You don't relax. So
I mean, I don't care what manager. I don't care what manager you've got there in your team. If that manager can't take them mental thing away, that's down to the players to do it.
I mean, what also worried me last week was how weak the bench looked. I mean, I'm hoping the bench, Stewart could definitely be back, but whatever happens, don't bring Greenwood isn't the midfielder. Bring on Garby instead. I just don't want to see Greenwood anywhere near the midfield. In fact, I don't even know what Greenwood is. He's not a forward. He's not a winger. He's not a midfielder. So I don't know what he is. We don't really play someone behind the forward. So to me, it's just someone you put on the bench.
I know what you're saying. Sorry, but that one with brother, so it looks like they're coming today, which means I'll be free tomorrow. Who's playing tomorrow? West Ham, innit?
Yeah.
West Ham play tomorrow. So yeah, just telling him that I'm finishing the live stream, and I'll phone you back later. Oh, I didn't tell you, did I? I was looking at that laptop I was going to buy, and I've got my heart set on it. I've got my heart set on this laptop, and I read the reviews, and the reviews are a mixed bag.
Oh, okay.
The laptop I want, it's like a dual screen with it's for both touch screens, and I've because it'll make editing easier, stuff like this easier. I'll be able to have my OBS open as well as the StreamYard open, but the one of the things was that when he opened it, it come off its runner. So I'm wondering if he's yanked it.
Oh, so it's not a brand new one then?
What, the one I'm getting?
Yeah.
Yeah. The one I'm getting is a brand new one. But the review, what people have left on the laptop, I'm curious. He said that he lifted it up and it come off the runner, so he had to get it re-put back on. Now that's putting doubts in my mind.
Well, maybe you can change your mind. I don't know if you already bought it or not. So
No, not yet. I'm going for it. I think it's 2 weeks away. 2
Okay.
weeks exactly. I'm going to go down and have a look. You know, have a play with it before I buy it. Stu, you are 3 Arsenal and 1 Liverpool. Maybe take a 4.8 to get in 2 more pool players. Both got double game weeks next week. Will help you get your numbers up. Thank you, Amani. Do me a favour. Actually, I'm gonna style that message because I'm gonna go back to that because then I can write it down. But thank you very much. Yeah. So I've got 3 Arsenal players and 1 Liverpool player. Just take a 4.8 and bring in 2 more Liverpool players. Yep. Thank you, Amani. See, this is what I love about this stream. We all help each other. Brilliant.
Well, some of us do.
Yeah, you're expert.
Yeah.
I have the reputation for not helping people, even though I did tell you to take out Router. You did have Router. I was like, don't do that.
Yeah, well, I was supposed to take Nonto out, and I took Router out, didn't I?
Yeah.
So
Nonto's a good option.
I might bring Nonto back in, I think, when I can. Don't take a view of just one person, Stuart. Have a play at Curry someone. Yeah, I want to get it right, Amani, because you know, my computer's lasted me 7 years, so you know, it don't get moved. It'll be same with laptop. I look after my stuff. Well, I try to, and I want to get it right. I do. I really want to get it right this time. And hopefully it'll help the streams go a lot smoother than what they do. But I'll still make mistakes, believe me.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah, can't have a perfect stream, can you, unfortunately, Russell?
No. I don't mind if it goes wrong now and then.
I mean, I've tried. Honestly, I do try to have a perfect stream. I keep telling myself, well, I'm slightly aware.
You don't stress yourself out if you try and make it perfect. Because nothing's perfect, is it?
No, life ain't perfect.
No, exactly.
Well, guys, do you want to start wrapping up, Russell? Have you got out you want to add, mate, before we go?
No, like I said, good luck to everyone. Thanks for all popping in. It's you know, I'm really enjoying this fantasy kind of thing we got going. And you know, good luck, Lee. Good luck, Stu, Harmony, Darren. Who else we had in here? TD5. Everyone else got quite a lot of comments.
The new ones, Fazed, Javed, Jav, and then we had. Yeah. We had I don't want to strangle his name. We had Mark Brian Joy, and then we had Alapi Fazimo.
Yeah, like I say, it's good. We've had quite a few comments, so it's nice when we're talking because you know we like people to ask the questions as well, and it's nice when you get different ones. So it's good. I've enjoyed the stream. I think it's been a good stream. So yeah, good luck to everyone, basically. And hopefully Leeds get a win. So. And
Lee, thanks for coming. You're a little trooper. You're a little trooper, lad. Even when you're poorly, you pop on to say hello to everybody.
I know what he was doing. He was watching it. I bet he was watching it. He's like, oh, I want to get involved. That's off.
A bit like you did last week.
Yeah.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I knew what he was thinking, yeah. Couldn't help yourself.
See, Lee can just log on, you see. He knows how to log on now. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He's an happy boy.
Good.
Nice one. Lovely having a few pop on for some advice today. Have a good weekend, all.
Yeah, good luck, Harvey. Good luck with your choices.
Let's hope Leeds get a win.
Yeah,
I'll be watching that with interest.
And if it's not a win, we don't lose.
Yeah. I'd rather take a point than none. Imagine if they get. Imagine what it'll do for their confidence if they get a win.
I know. We'll be in the bottom 3. It'll be as simple as that.
See. I know the West Ham fans want us to draw because
it benefits them, doesn't it? Yeah,
it benefits them. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at other results all the time, so I've been doing that for months now.
It's not even Forest out of it.
No, I know if they get battered today, that would be good. I mean, if we win, it's huge because we could go 2 points closer to Forest, and then it puts everyone else. It's just a big game, and I'm not really looking forward to watching it, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, well, anyway, look, guys, thank you very much for watching this edition at Sable Team. There's only one thing left to say. It's a goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.
Take care, everybody. Take care.
Bye.
Hope you do well in your fantasy football as well, guys.